reliable receiver.
Rushmeyer Bailey over to Chartok. Flamethrower throwing flames to Ryan Oscar. And Oscar trots into the end zone for the opening point of the game. New York has scored within the first minute.
Which means it takes a little longer to go from option to option.
Tight window throw from Jack Williams, who Paul Owens with an unbelievable layout grab. That just looked in his hands, and Paul.
This should lead to some better opportunities here for Philadelphia.
Gavin to Demo. Demo looking end zone, and it's in. He finds Eric Whitmer, and Philadelphia gets the break right back, 2-2. You're right. That's fair. I think he is physically lighter, not quite as heavy, but that's a good point. Good question.
Some people like their lights light rather than heavy.
Sean Mott looking deep for Greg Martin. Greg Martin on Antoine Davis. And Greg Martin, big ops there, gets it over. Antoine, what a grab.
And the key there for Philadelphia is taking
them to work them out of it. As Oscar's shooting deep for Lithio. And Lithio with the positioning this time gets the goal. New York not just
against all evidence that the next one's going to go wrong over and over and over again.
Talk about going wrong. First pass picked off by Kobira.
How many times do you run down and not get a block on the first pass? Does it make you slow down? It has to not make you slow down. You have to believe every single time that you're going to run down and get a pass like that.
This pass unfettered gets to Prado. Anthony Prado finds Greg Martin in the middle of the field. Disc out of his hands quick. And Alex Thorne gets it to James Pollard. Ben Yacht not keeping pace with him. Tight throw there. Kobira runs it down again. Elliott Chartok. There are two Chartoks. I should try and say their first names. And Chartok going deep for Lithio, who will score. Looks like the switch between Mark Sands and Eric Whitmer maybe not communicated fully there.
Well, it was, I think.
That situation Matt Hanna was in is often one that the stall count gets high. It's a forced throw as Jack Williams going deep to Babbitt. Babbitt and Scott Heyman. Scott Heyman, not quite enough bulk to push Babbitt off the spot. Babbitt with the big sky.
Well, he established position here.
Big bid by Gavin Abramson. Can't quite come up with it as now Jeff Babbitt has it downfield. Babbitt finds Jack Williams. New York very quick at switching the sides of the field. Lefty backhand up to Chartok, Elliott Chartok, and Chartok finds Jeff Babbitt in the end zone for the score.
We'll get the disc moving upfield quickly, and we'll see where we go.
Greg Martin not in the end zone where I might want him if I'm Philadelphia. Finds Sean Mott. Sean Mott up to Scott Heyman. Scott to Prado. Prado looking deep. It's a blade, and James Pollard gets it in a layout grab from Greg Martin. As hard as it needed to be, Philadelphia scores with either 1 second or no seconds on the clock, but definitely scores. Of one, Ben Yacht moved back onto the offense because Jack Williams cleats off being taped on the sideline as Oscar goes deep for Yacht right away and scores.
And again, it's that big outside in forehand placement from Oscar that makes that. Philadelphia's done a good job using their second and third options on their resets, but that means New York's playing good defense on the first and second options.
Prado now arcing it all the way into the chest. Once that disc gets over the stands, the wind does some funny things. Alex Thorne with it up to Sean Mott. And Mott looking deep for James Pollard. Pollard reads it perfectly. Oliver Chartok not able to get around.
I think Chartok would have.
Oscar pointing out what he wants. It's an S-cut from Jeff Babbitt as Babbitt once again rising up over Scott Heyman for a spectacular goal.
And you can see them.
Absolutely. Greg Martin not able to come up with it deep. And a bullet from Ben Katz to Scotty Zoo, former Phoenix player Scotty Zoo, too low. Philadelphia gets it right back. Oh, man, what a hammer from Mott. And this time, putting it in the air for Greg Martin does the trick as Martin with another.
Will make that play.
Well, Ruschmeyer-Bailey with the disc in the middle of the field gets it to Oscar. Oscar looking deep for John Lithio. The men of the match for New York continue as Oscar with a dime ball of a huck to Lithio.
And this is expect Mott to start first.
Matt Hanna, stall count was high, looking deep for Prado. And I believe that's another D for Kobira. You want to talk about reading things from across the field. Yacht to Brownlee. Scott Heyman in there, and he gets it. Thorne will pick it up on the sideline. No double team from New York. As he's going right for the end zone for Brandon Pastor. Kobira tries to get in there, but he doesn't. Talk about speeding the game up. And my apologies if my voice got high and strained there. I would typically be screaming, but it seemed like screaming was off the menu, at least in the booth. Oh, a throw from that throw from Paul Owens, tipped by Jeff Babbitt, and a Callahan. Ruschmeyer-Bailey looking for Oscar. The double team off the poach there. Oscar with the blade to the far end. Look, if you're going to double team someone, it leaves somebody else open. Oscar finds
That as an option.
Babbitt's whole college career was playing a roaming defensive presence in the zone. He's doing it again. Marquez Brownlee over the top of Sean Mott.
Another disc floated. Philadelphia should be trying to do defensively is get new defenders involved somehow.
Chartok going deep now for Babbitt. Heyman v. Babbitt, edition 3. This time Babbitt runs through Heyman. Heyman unable to keep the line. Babbitt wanted the contact there. And John Lithio, another goal. 5-point lead now for New York.
Field sport athletes. Well, I can convince you to run the other direction really fast, and that's good for me. So you need to have awareness as well as an ability to control the space around you.
Sean Mott with a sense of the timing puts it deep for James Pollard. James Pollard on Matt Ellis. Not enough Matt Ellis there. About 2 inches not enough. James Pollard with the sky.
And Pollard did a good job of getting in front of the defender and going up nice and early. And can they get another point on the board?
Pastor has the disc. They're double teaming James Pollard. They're not marking again. Philadelphia's got 6 seconds left. They need to score. That disc is going to hang perhaps too long, even if it's in bounds. It is. Alex Thorne to the end zone, but not in bounds, and time will expire. 5-point game. Pretty close. Like you said, just one break a quarter for New York, but New York will take the win and complete their undefeated season 24-19 over Philadelphia.